All right, welcome back to another episode of Over the Shoulder. And as you can see, I am in my cowboy hat era, which we love. um, so before we get on to today's guests, you gotta like, you gotta subscribe, you gotta share, you gotta comment. What project have I worked on that you want to see and hear more of the behind the scene details? As for today's project, it is the newly up and coming, and some episodes have been released, Unspoken. It's a great series. I enjoyed shooting it. I enjoyed working with it. And today's guest is the first person when I wrote the character of Diamond. I thought about having her on because we worked on several projects together. And first of all, she has always number one, been punctual. She's always been passionate. She's always been purposeful. She always asks the right questions. She's always a bright light on set. Like, it's just an absolute pleasure working with her. So without further ado, who's playing Diamond in Unspoken? Miss Ty Cruz.
Oh, Eden. Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Dallas?
I'm well. How are you?
How was that? Did you just come back from Dallas?
I did.
You
I
did.
did. I was there for the
Oh,
holidays.
I
I was
love
there
that.
for about 10 days.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
okay. You
it
had a
was a
good
good
time.
time. I did. I did. I feel like this was a trip that I really got my time's worth,
Mm.
from being in Dallas because I feel like I was out every day just from holiday parties, seeing family, friends. So,
Okay. What kind of weather is in Dallas right now?
they just got a cold front, just kind of like we did. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but the weather has, like, dropped. It's, like, really cold now,
Really cold. I
you
mean,
know?
yeah, if you weren't here, it was on Christmas Day, it was like 75 here.
75. Oh, yeah,
It was,
yeah,
yeah, it's Christmas, we were outside.
yeah. Right, right. No, I get you. We was like that in Dallas too. So yeah, previous like up until like 2 days ago, it was definitely like 60, 70-degree weather, and then now it's like 20 degrees. So it's rare that it snows or anything like that there. It doesn't get like too cold. It's random when it does. Yeah.
Same here. I'd say we get snow every 4 years. So
Yeah.
I'm not expecting it this year because we got it last year.
Mhm.
We'll see because it is pretty cold out
Yeah,
here
it
right now.
is.
It
It's
is.
very cold right
It
now.
is. It
We'll
is.
see.
Okay. Hi, Cruz, Miss Diamond. All right. So first question is, when I sent over the script, what were your thoughts about playing Diamond, what you wanted to bring to the table?
So when you first sent it to me, yes, of course I read it through a few times, and I mean, you already know I love your work. I love your writing. So I already thought it was like a really dope concept. It was a really good message behind it. It had purpose, it had substance behind it. So I was all in already, with it just coming from you, because I love working with you. But
Mhm.
but no, I thought Diamond, she's a character that I've never really played before, so it was something new to me, and it is very far from who I am as a person and the decisions that she makes. But those are the roles that I love the most when it's not so much like me and who I am, because I feel like I can really like dive into my imagination and create. So, yeah, so I knew I was all in, and I was ready to get started with it. It was some nice writing for sure. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Any particular scene that you were like, "Ooh, I can't wait to like do this"?
Probably the scene where um my friend finds out. Well, wait, are we giving away spoilers?
We can give away some spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah, we can give away a little
Okay,
bit of
I wasn't
spoilers.
sure,
We
but yeah, when she finds out what's really going on between me and her man, between
Mhm.
between yeah, us two, because I'm like, "Oh, this gonna be messy," and it's real, because this is real situations that people have really went through with, like, some of their closest friends, and it's very unfortunate. But it was fun to do, you know? So,
Yeah, no, I would say that since we've been working together this last like I mean it's been about a year because we met last February
yeah,
because
yeah,
we did ABFF
right.
challenge last year. So and the few projects we've done in between, it's like I'm typically giving you Okay, so when I say a lead role, I mean something where it's like you have to be more vocal. You're the vocal
Mhm.
person. You're the person that I'm stating this, I'm saying this.
Mhm.
And I feel like in this project, the lead, you had a more like the silent lead. Like it was
Mhm.
all about your facial expressions.
Mhm.
So it's even when you're like episode one and you're like David, and it's like I want to see those little moments of him walking away from you and like what does that do to that look in your face? Like I kind of want to see your soul kinda leave you when he walks away.
Mhm.
Like your hyperventilation scene, I was like, "Ooh, okay, okay." I was
Mhm.
like, "Ty's eating here."
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like seeing again that couch scene with you and Varshay, who also did an amazing job,
She
but
did.
she did,
Yeah.
she ate as well. But
Yeah.
just
Ding.
but that whole scene, you have no words.
Yeah.
You have no
Right.
words, but like your to me, your facial expressions are one of the things the anger that Varshay is having about like what her man is doing, balanced out with the look of you knowing this inner guilt that you have.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
to me, that like
Mhm.
when that episode gets put out, like I want people to like I want to see the comments. I want to see like
Mhm.
ooh because
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
'cause yeah.
mm,
She's wrong, and she feels it. She feels guilty, and it shows to her, and I'm very curious to see if it's gonna show to the audience as well, 'cause I definitely think she feels it. She
mm.
knows she wrong.
Sure. Did you okay, so when you watched that scene, did you feel that you displayed that?
Yeah,
Okay, just
yeah,
so the audience will see it.
yeah, yeah,
I definitely think you did.
yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
I was even like to me, it was in the I think a lot of times when I work with actors and how I can tell like an amateur versus somebody who does this is eye contact
Mhm.
and or eye line. And so a lot of times when people feel shame, they want to like go down so far that I can't see their eyes. And it's like the entire story is told in your eyes.
Mhm.
So even if you're not looking away, I need you to look away in a direction where I can still see the shame in your eyes. So like
Right.
there's a big difference in looking down where I allow the hat to cover me
Yeah.
versus looking over to the side where I can't look in your eyes.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
those subtle differences and choices that actors and actresses make, to me, that's that difference between them levels. When you
I
talk
get
about
that for
levels, I'm
sure.
like, mhm.
Yeah.
And you were in that scene with Varshay, it was like, oh, I saw so many levels.
Yeah.
And then when at the end when Varshay gets you, I see so many levels. Like
Yeah,
it
'cause
was
I felt the shame,
mm,
and by Shay, she was a great scene partner, so she gave me what I needed, so I definitely felt the shame within myself, 'cause and like you said, as humans, when we are in a situation like that with someone so close and dear to us, it is hard to look them in their eyes, 'cause it's like you already done disrespected them, it's like a slap in their face, so how dare you look them in their eyes? So it's like, I can't even look at you, but I hear you,
mhm.
you know?
So who do you think did she feel more shame at disrespecting her man David or at disrespecting her friend Varshay?
Say it again?
Do you feel Diamond feels more shame in disrespecting her man David
Oh.
or disrespecting
Oh.
Varshay
Um,
or Keisha?
yeah, Keisha. That is tough. Of course, it's definitely guilt in both ways, but I would probably have to say my friend. Well, no, 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 no. I'm not gonna say that because that was my husband. We were married.
You were married. I mean, or at least in my mind, you were married. You were boyfriend and girlfriend. It's more so we're living together. You're
Okay.
on that route to getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would have to say my friend because we go way back before David was even in the picture. So my loyalty runs very deep and very far with her. Even though I should be loyal to my man as well, and I love him and everything,
Do
but
you?
I do love him.
Do you?
I think she loves him, but maybe that's just not who she's meant to be with or what she truly wants, but she does love him.
Okay.
I think she does. Yeah.
You're bringing her to life. That
Yeah.
that backstory hasn't necessarily been just all the way written. I definitely think in the last episode it showed to me that you're more loyal to Keisha than David.
Mhm.
To me, how I
Mhm.
look at it, it's just seeing that you couldn't look Keisha in the eyes.
Mhm.
Like and at one point, you couldn't look her in the eyes until she said, "Look at me."
Mhm.
With David, like you couldn't look him in the eyes, which showed. initially that, hey, there's this shame here and I feel bad.
Right.
But then at the end, when you deliver that news,
Just I looked him in his
you can
face
look
and
at
told him that.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think with him, it's tough. It's like with him, I think I was feeling like a child is a lot to have on someone. Treating is one thing, but a child,
Yeah.
so it's like I think I just had to kinda put on my big girl panties and have some dignity there and, like, face it and tell him just straight up what I did and what it was. Um, because that's hard news for him to take, but also too, like you said, on Keisha's character too, that's very hard for her to bear.
Yeah, that's right. It was
It's a
very
sticky situation.
it was an interesting dynamic, but that was the point. Like I said, I
Yeah.
wanted each episode to end with like, damn, damn,
Yeah, very
damn.
much an entanglement of like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what?"
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, and you did that. You did that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. So you got to watch all the episodes. Is there a moment that you felt was like just absolutely amazing? It could be a scene that you were in, it could be a scene that you weren't in.
I really like the moment with me and David, when it was a happy time, a happy
Mhm.
moment. I don't know why, but just the whole, like, scenery and the mood of it all. For one, that was, like, the brightest moment of, I feel like, each the entire thing. And you've got to see them in a different light because, I feel like every other episode is them going through what they're going through, But that one is like, "Oh, they were once happy," It's like a bright moment. And it just really gave just like the pond and everything, the whole scenery. You did your thing on the cinematography
Mm.
too.
Listen,
Shout out to
first
E.
off, there's the end scene, the end of
Hell of
it.
a cameraman, hell of a DP. He
Yeah.
did his thing. It looks really good, but no, I don't know why it was giving, like, brown sugar to me. Like, it
Mm,
was kinda giving that type of aesthetic, which, is one of my favorite movies. I love
is
brown
it
sugar.
okay?
It is,
Yeah,
yeah. It just gave like I said, it just felt so bright, and it felt loving, and it felt innocent, before it got dirty and
mm,
bad.
yeah. No, it's actually the last scene of it, like some a family of ducks come and like perfectly come swim into the scene. I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's gonna notice the ducks,
Right,
but
right.
I did. I was like, this is. I kept it in for the ducks.
Yeah.
But that's the point that I wanted to make in that episode is that because you see David's transformation in particular of like a guy in the first episode. I don't want to talk to her. To then he can't stop not wanting to talk to her. Like he's walking away from her to not wanting to talk to her, and it's
Mhm.
like outside of well finding out the pregnancy and if it's his or not, it's also the memories of like he doesn't know if it is or is not his, and
Mhm.
it's like is this somebody that I would be willing to walk away from if it is mine. I think that's like the thing that makes like we need to talk.
Mhm.
um because it's like at least for me as a man, like if I had to be in David's shoes
Yeah, what
and
would you do? Would you walk away or would you stay and just take that to the chin
I mean, if it's
and
not mine, I'm not saying.
you're not?
I'm not saying I have way. I'm not at this big age. I'm not raising anyone's else's
Yeah,
kids. Who
yeah.
I mean, I would have to really let a girl if I'm gonna raise somebody else's kid. But yeah, I would not stay for if she betrayed me like that, and it's not my. It's just. But if it is mine, if it like so, if it's she betrayed me like that, but it was mine, I can see me saying and trying to make it a family. I can
Yeah.
see that. I can see that. I could. Yeah. Yeah. I'm too nice like that, so I can see that. Um,
I mean, if it was the first time, because I feel people do change,
okay. So you
you
feel
know?
like you can recover from being a cheater?
I feel like people can change. and people may make one mistake and learn from it.
Did she make one mistake, or did she make that mistake? It seemed like she making that mistake over and over again. I've been out the car after she just made that mistake again.
Well, no
Sitting on your
well,
best
no,
friend's
not s
couch, and she
not
done made that mistake.
not defending Diamond in this,
Mhm.
but just in general, though, I do feel that people can change and, and can make one mistake and learn from it and never do it again, you know? There are cheaters out here who's cheated one time on their partner and never did it again, you
Yeah,
know?
that's fair.
And then there's not.
And then there's diamonds of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, because diamond. I do enjoy that scene. It's so funny because that scene back there where you're smiling is when you about to deliver one of the most savage lines. If you walk in that door, don't expect to walk back in. And it's like, chick, are you not the one who is in the wrong this
I
entire
know.
time?
But, you know, that's how you know she's guilty.
Mm,
When you are guilty, you wanna put the blame on someone else, and you wanna point the finger,
that's
you
fair.
know?
That is fair. That is fair.
Because you don't wanna face your reality and
Mm,
have to deal with your guilt.
okay.
So,
Hmm. Okay, so hypothetical. Where do you think you see Diamond and her journey going after the last moment in Unspoken?
mhm. I can see Diamond keeping the baby.
Okay.
I can see her not being involved with, what's his name?
Kevin, the guy who
Kevin.
she's cheating with, and then
Yeah.
there's David, her man.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, all ties have to be cut with Kevin.
Mm.
Um, but I think she loves David, but I don't think she's truly happy with him.
So why Keisha's man?
I know. Why Keisha's man is
Why Keisha's man?
he is wow.
It's all hypotheticals,
Yeah,
but
it is, because it's like a million reasons on why you can give, but it don't make it right. Um, hmm.
okay, okay. Her and Keisha secretly had beef.
No,
Hmm.
no, they didn't, so it's like, you know, I think maybe it was more of something within herself and something she saw that she wanted, that Keisha had, that she didn't, and maybe it was jealousy, because Kevin is well, I'm not gonna say that. Mhm,
I like approach situations like this. Usually with characters, I think that when we get in a place where we get hurt,
mhm,
and then the hurt is oftentimes when especially if it's self-inflicted or we're feeling some type of insecurity, I feel like the first thing we do is go out and hurt the people who mean the most to us. That's I see it
it's
all the
true.
time. It's like, it's almost like you use those people who are in your proximity because they're close to you as your punching bags.
That is very
So
true.
it's just like for me, again, I haven't necessarily written this part of the backstory. I don't know where Diamond's story is going. I don't
Yeah,
know if it continues or not.
yeah,
But I would say that the reason that I would think that she cheated is because she felt some type of way about herself and her life.
mhm,
And the Keisha character, that what she's feeling about herself, Keisha has that figured out. And so,
mm,
like, subconsciously, it's like, I want to wreck this thing about you because
mhm,
I'm hurting,
right.
So, and I see that happen a lot
Oh,
day to
yeah,
day.
that
So,
does happen a lot, yeah. Um, yeah, hurting the ones next to you, it's bad, and it's like we were just saying earlier, you know, love is it can bring out the best in you, and it can bring out the worst in you. Because you can hurt the ones you love, but at the end of the day, you say you love them, and do you truly hurt the people that you love, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah, one could argue that you can't hurt someone unless you love them. Like, meaning that, like, it's because you love them that it hurts.
Hmm,
Like, if I had a
That's
girl that I went on a date with one time and she cheated on me, I mean, it sucks, but I ain't even about to sit up here and cry over her.
yeah.
Imma keep it pushing the next day. Now, a girl who I've been dating for 2 years and she
Yeah.
does that, like, some tears gonna hit the pillow that
Oh,
night.
yeah, for
So,
sure.
but it's because I loved her that
Right,
hurts.
and what you've invested.
Mhm.
Time is of the essence.
You can't get it back.
So you can,
Mhm.
and my time is very precious
Mhm.
nowadays. We're not getting no younger.
I mean,
So,
it's
you gotta live your time out wisely
mhm.
and give it to the people that appreciate it and pour into the people that pour into you.
That's fair. That is fair. Okay, so transitioning a little bit away from unspoken, or not necessarily transition. Okay, so what would you say that because this was like our first kind of big-ish projects.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could do obviously bigger, but like just like your first time where you really like you saw me with like a decent sized crew and
Mhm.
like they're underneath my direction. What did you think about all of that?
I think he ran it very well, um, with much respect. I think you're a great director. I think you're a great DP. Um, I think you're very specific and you know what you want, which is good. I think you know how to talk to actors and talk to your people, but specifically actors, because just speaking of, you and I interactions and just watching you interact with other actors as well, like while on set, you know how to deliver to us what you want. So we can give you what you want. Because sometimes I feel like directors don't know how to properly tell actors what it is they need from them, maybe in a scene or something. But you do, which makes it that much more, enjoyable and easy to work with you. And I love how you run your sets, for sure. It's always love, it's always laughter. I love it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Try to be very intentional, but I like it to be a level of like family and fun to situation. Like, I like my crew to feel like, hey, we're just one big family.
Yeah,
I
and
like
that's what it
that.
feels
Yeah.
like. That's definitely what it feels like, and those are the best sets to work on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I try. It's a culture thing. Like I'm very big on that. That's why
Mhm.
you'll see me like I like to work with repeat people because it already feels like we family and
Yeah.
and they dope. Like all the things.
Exactly.
So it's like you'll see me. I have a rotation of actors and
And that's
actresses.
what you have
A
to do,
crew
because
for
if you
different people.
look at everyone else, the greats and the people we aspire to be like and to have very similar careers and things like that, like, that's what they do. They recycle a lot of the people that they work with. And they've kind of found, like, their tribe of people. Like, I saw this post that
Mhm.
said, one thing Tyler Perry gonna do is sprinkle a little Taraji in every one of his projects,
Mhm, yeah.
because it's like, that's his girl, like, he
That's his
works with
girl.
her so much, and,
Mhm.
um, so it's a lot of creators and filmmakers out there like that that kinda have, like, their person or even just, like, director to actor, like, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan type of thing, or like Jordan Peele and,
Daniel
Daniel,
Craig.
exactly, like that type of thing. Because I love seeing that, because when you watch their first project to their latest project, you see so much growth, and it's beautiful.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. All right. So, what's next for us, Ty? What we doing next?
Well,
Mm.
should we speak
Yeah, we
on
can speak on it. No one can ever stop the train when it's going.
Okay, okay, that's cool. Well, we are going to be working on a sports film
Mhm.
next in the near future. Um, it was a night. Should we talk about it? Like, should we?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, like I said, I love working with you. And every time we work together, I feel like we just talk and we get to know each other more. We get a feel for each other more, and then I just love how you always ask me, what do you want to do? What roles do you want to play? Um, because that really had me thinking about, what it is I want to do. And so I knew a sports film was what it was I wanted to do next, or just in my near future, because I'm very athletic. People may not think it, but I am very athletic.
Well, I learned that. She gets very demure, very this and that. We had geese come attack us on set. and I swear she jumped 5 feet in the air to
Oh
get on
my
this brick
goodness.
wall real quick. And I said, okay, I see why she wants to play
You
this
know?
athletic role.
Yes, your girl is athletic. People may not think it, but no, I'm athletic. I ran track and played basketball my entire life, so super athletic. Um, so sports and, yeah, sports is just very near and dear to me, and it holds a very safe place in my heart. Like, I just love sports. I'm from Texas, a state that's very big on sports. So yeah, I knew I wanted to do a sports swim, and I knew I wanted to do something that I haven't done before and something that will kinda really showcase me in a very different light. So yes, I had the idea of that. I took it to E and we talked about it a little more. He like, okay, you know? And then he started, he basically came up with this whole synopsis of, and storyline and everything. And, you brought it to me, you kind of told me about it. We talked about it more, dove in it a little deeper. And yeah, that is what is next. And I really, really can't wait for that. I know that's gonna be great. And I'm just excited to be seen in a different light. For real.
You ready to get knocked out real quick?
Mhm.
Hmm.
I mean, if that's what it takes,
If you know.
if that's what if
You
that's what
seen you
comes with
seen that
it.
Michael B with the Creed situation where he had like, okay, 1, 2,
Yeah.
clap. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be dope. I'm very excited about that.
Okay. Okay. I am too. That's gonna be
Yeah.
um that's gonna be one of the ones that I
Yeah.
really like. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited to see that. Okay, outside of that, that's something that we have planned. Where
Yeah.
can you see a future project of me and you doing? Just you can dream as big as possible.
Mm, let's see. Maybe like a film, definitely an action. I'm thinking action, and I'm thinking a main squad of people, including me being one of the mains, like on some like takers type of
Okay.
vibe.
Okay.
Where it's like crime, but it is drama, it's action, all of these genres mixed in one. And I just play like this badass chick or something else too. And I think you will actually be really good, like a really great person to get behind this idea or just this type of project. I I can also see us doing like this is given more of like a show that's centered around a bikers club.
Like motorcycle?
Yeah. Yeah, like and just like that underground like life of that, like the biking life. And like those bars and just like the things that go on really in their life that people don't really know about. Like kind of on some similar to what was that show called? It came on like 10, 12 years ago. Was it Sons of
Sopranos?
No, not
Mm.
Sopranos. Was it Sons of Anarchy?
Oh yeah, Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, yeah.
When they weren't they like
Bikers.
bikers and stuff like that? Like something like that, but more of like a urban, edgier type of feel, you know.
You know how to ride a bike?
I don't, but
She said I learned.
I will. It's where the athleticism kicks in.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, something like that. I think that'll be really, really dope.
Okay, so we gotta do an ensemble crime thriller
Yes.
and a action biking gang television show. Okay,
Yeah.
so you've challenged me now.
Yeah.
You've challenged.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. As I appreciate you, Ty, for coming on over the
Of
shoulders. Again,
course.
so many projects that we have aligned in the future, and it's
Yeah.
just I can't wait to see literally what happens between just our synergy as we're
Yeah.
going forward.
Likewise. Likewise. You
Likewise.
are really dope and I'm really excited on what we're going to create in the future.
Out of a goat's mouth right there, you know. So, before we leave, what we have to do, we have to like, we have to subscribe, we have to comment, we have to share. Who would you like to see sitting on this other side So any of the projects we worked, you want to see the behind the scenes, hear them break down their creative process, just let me know in the comments. And as I always say on Over the Shoulder, that's a wrap.